Hi everybody, welcome back to the garage, and I figured I'd share with you some of the work that I've been doing. This is a mock-up, or well actually I guess not a mock-up, but this is a bench layout for what I'm trying to do here. And what I'm using is I have a battery here, and then I've connected that to the actual ground bus that I have, also connected to a solenoid that's connected up to my master switch. And then I have my vertical power here. And I've got the power from the vertical power going to my GTN, my Garmin G3X Touch. I've got it to my GMA 245, and I've also got it to my GTR 20. And these are all connected to each other via this CAN bus. And so what you can see here, let me just start over here. This is the terminator. On the end of this one would have been my my autopilot servo, but I've terminated it for now. This is just a terminator you can get, so if you want to take it out, this runs over. I'm going to skip all these. You can see the CAN bus, it connects in, loops through. From here, it goes to my GMA 245 audio panel. From the audio panel, it goes to the 3X Touch. And from there, it would actually go, and you can see it here, and I've just got it terminated for now, but it would normally go to my GTN 650 or my autopilot. And then also ultimately the other side of this will actually go back out to the wing where I'll have my next autopilot servo. So that's kind of layout. I've been wiring it all together just to kind of test it out on the bench. Really my goal here is to build out the complete CAN bus. For the most part, I'm looking to build out the back part of the plane. And once I've got that done, I'll run the CAN bus up to the front, and then it'll all be laid out so that when I'm ready, I can hook it up and I don't have to worry about the wiring. But anyway, it's pretty slick how this actually works. So I've got this turned on here now. Here's what I've got for my master switch. When I flip that, it's going to turn on my solenoid, which also has all the appropriate resistors and stuff in here. When I flip that on, it's going to start my vertical power, and my vertical power automatically starts to G3X PFD. And that's mandatory. It requires you to have a display when it starts up. And then once this starts up and we go into it, you can see here, you can see of course the databases, I'll skip all of that. But if I tap here, what you can see is there's multiple pages that you can go to. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to the VPX page. So this is pretty slick. It shows me my current draw, it shows me my status of my bus, it shows me my battery voltage. Down here, it shows me my GDU 460 is drawing 0.5 amps. It also says this AVBU sense has no current. So one of the things you can do on the vertical power system is you can have it detect when a device is turned on whether or not it draws current. And the advantage of that, of course, is if you expect, for instance, your lights should be on and they would draw current and they don't, then maybe you got a problem, right? So it's pretty slick how it works. And then from in here, the other thing I can do is I can actually go down, and in here I have my GMA 245, this guy. Now I don't have the switches wired up yet, but you can actually control it right from here. So if I click that, you'll see it starts up and it's up and running. And I've also got my headphone jacks and mic jacks already wired in for the pilot and co-pilot. But now that that's on, you can see up here on the top, I've got an audio panel. It's talking on COM 2 and it's monitoring COM 2, and you can kind of switch it so it can monitor 1 and 2. You can change it over to COM 1. But right now, what I've got set up is this GMA 240, this GTR 20 is going to be my COM 2, which is in the back of the plane. And then my COM 1 will actually be my GTN 650. But once you've got that in here, you can also go in. Now what you can do is you've got the ability to do some pretty sophisticated stuff. And if I go here to the music, one of the things that's pretty slick is you've got this advanced or normal button. If you put it on advanced, I can decide what everybody gets. So I can say passengers, what I want them to get. I'm going to take, okay, I'm going to give them music too. The co-pilot's on Bluetooth. The pilot, I want to be on Bluetooth as well. I can adjust the volumes. It's all very slick. The one thing I will say about this is when I first started up, and it now does work very well with my Bluetooth device, my phone, at first it would not. It could connect, I could talk, but I couldn't hear. I had to go out, get the software update, and when I did, work like a top. So that's just something you might want to keep in mind if you're looking at it and you have any problems with it as you go forward. Now that that's turned on, if I go back here and I go down now and I turn on my GTR 20, my GTR 20 over here, this guy's now powering up. On the back of him, not sure you see it here, but there's a little light, kind of shows you it's got power. Now it's being powered from the vertical power supply as well, or vertical power. And in here now, what you can see is my current 2.3 amps. My battery voltage has dropped a little bit, and I can see the voltage, I can see the current that's being drawn by each of the devices. Now, obviously, when the GTR 20 is transmitting, it's going to be a lot more than 0.5 amps. But right now, it's just in listening mode. So it works extremely well. And now you can see up on the top what I've got is I've got COM1 and COM2. If you tap it, it'll switch your standby frequency for you. If you go back to your map page here, so let's say I pull up my flight plan, I'm going to look at the frequencies for this airport. And if I do that and tap it, it'll automatically put it in standby for you. So if I hear 124, 350, 124, 350, tap, flip it over. You don't have to type it in. It's all right there for you. If you wanted to, though, what you can do is you hit menu. Now I can click on COM2, and in here I can actually type in the frequency if I wanted to. I don't know that you'd ever want to do that. You can also turn off the squelch. So you can control the squelch, and for testing purposes that works really well. Well, I actually have a handheld, so what I did is connected my GTR 20 to my antenna and did a test with my handheld just to make sure it can talk, receive, but it works really well. So quick update. The only other thing I'd tell you is for the CANBUS wiring, I was going to show it on here, but if you go search on YouTube for Garmin CANBUS, they have some really good videos on kind of how to wire the CANBUS up. I recommend you watch those videos. One of the things, they make it much simpler to do the splicing of the shield drain. It's very easy to do. It makes it so much easier to wire this up, and it's very well done. And that's about it. I figure I'd do this update. The next one I'll do is I'll probably do a little bit more of an update on my flap position that I've been working on. And anyway, that should do it for now. Cheers. Have a great day. Bye now.